But how can I be a quitter when haters don't stop? I'm living proof. It's pretty safe to say, God give it, God take it away. It's the worldwide American way. I'm living proof.
What's going on, guys? Proof here, and today I'm bringing you another UU battle. It's gonna be a pretty quick one because the nature of the two teams that are here are very offensive. I'm actually on this side under 6Killer, which is one of my alt names that I use for testing teams. It's fairly high ranked on the ladder, so it allows me to get some good tests in to make sure that the team that I'm working with is actually pretty viable over getting smacked around by the rest of the tier the entire time that I'm using it, so I don't lose points by testing the team on my main account, of course. And the team here is actually pretty unique for the most part. I have pretty standard offensive Needle Queen. I have AV Assault Vest Heliolisk. I wanted to try it out over Life Orb to increase survivability. Source Dance Gator, which is something I really want to make a team around and use effectively. I have Draco Meteor, Fire Blast, Defog, Roost, Salamence, which I got from one of the guys on the UU chat. If you guys follow Poke Aim, he has Drop a Draco shirts, and so that definitely comes to mind when I'm playing around with this guy here. Standard Mega Beedrill, and I have a very special Snorlax set here. I don't really get to showcase it much here, but it definitely comes in handy in turning the game around at one point for me. It turned into my favorite, so I don't get bodied by one of his Pokemon, which you'll see. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and let me get into it. The leads here was Needle Queen and Galvantula. My thought process here was to just weaken the Galvantula because chances are it had Sash and it was going to get up Sticky Web, so I didn't want to get up my rocks and then go into Salamence and defog it later because that seems silly. So I went on ahead and hit it with an Earth Power while I set up a Sticky Web, and apparently it was not Focus Sash like I thought it was, and just straight up died from then on. And he brings in Gator. I have really nothing that wants to come in on a Gator with Sticky Web up, so I didn't want it to get up a Dragon Dance, so I went on ahead and stayed in with my Needle Queen here, and I get smacked by a Waterfall. So there goes Needle Queen here. I'll be pausing a lot because I got it on fast for the speed here as opposed to normal. I don't like it when it goes normal for these videos. And so I bring in Salamence here, and I expect him to go for the Ice Punch here, and I need to get the Sticky Webs off because then Heliolisk can come in and check for Alligator here. And so I knew it probably would kill, but it definitely killed. And so I bring in Heliolisk to scare out his for Alligator here, and I just go straight for the I could have went for the Volt Switch here, but I wanted just to take it out, so I went ahead and hit it with the Thunderbolt. And Empoleon comes in, and apparently he gets 2-hit KO'd, so I go ahead and hit it with a Volt Switch on the way out, take it out, and I bring in my own for Alligator, I believe. Nope, I bring in Beedrill, and he brings in his own Beedrill. I have nothing that wants to take 2 hits from switching in on this Mega Beedrill here, so I figured it was best to trade and go for the Speed Ties here, and if I won 2 of the Speed Ties, I knock out his Beedrill. If I lose both Speed Ties, I lose mine, and that's pretty much be the end of the game for me. So it was worth the risk here. I get the Mega off first, and I get the knockoff off. The knockoff off. I get the knockoff to hit him first, and so now we're in with another Speed Tie here. He wins that one, so he gets to keep his Beedrill, which is unfortunate for me. And so here I bring it for Alligator. If I had thought about it, the way I brought it in, it pretty much made it clear that I had Aqua Jet. So I could have just hit the DD button and most likely won because this gets Aqua Jetted, that gets Aqua Jet. This gets hit with an Aqua Jet or a Waterfall, depending on the set. I doubt he's faster than me, but he probably would have brought it in. And Tyrantrum here is Dragon Rock, so it's resistant, but as far as I know, it doesn't have the greatest defenses in the world. I'm sure somebody will check me on that, but it wouldn't have taken a +2 Waterfall very well if it was slower. And then his for Alligator loses to a +2 Crunch. And so I lost that chance there. And I bring in my Heliolisk here it wasn't the most useful thing to me anymore. And that AV is going to come in handy right here because right now I would have been at 2%, because I would have used one, and then I would have taken that. I would have been that first Thunderbolt probably would have taken him out, and he would have been able to keep his Chandelure around. So AV coming in handy. And so this time he brings in his own Beedrill. I go ahead and switch out to my Snorlax here, because I know I need, or at the time I was thinking I needed my Heliolisk for his Feraligatr, because to me it had Aqua Jet and it was faster, so his water moves are locked down. And I bring in my Snorlax here, and it takes this Poison Jab pretty well. And so I crunch while he switches just to get some damage off on this. And so this is where I showed the greatness of this Snorlax here. I can't let this thing set up a Dragon Dance, because if it does, I lose to Outrages. Because this gets smacked by an Outrage, that gets smacked by an Outrage. And so I know in my mind he wanted to set up, and so I predicted that. And I smack him around with this Focus Punch here. And this is going to be so amazing. Dead, gone, get out of here. And so with that, he brings it. I just go ahead and let him take out my Snorlax. And here, excuse me, I know that I checked it, I calculated it, that Feraligatr can live one hit from Beedrill. And so I went ahead and he U-turned here, that's fine. I go ahead and use the Dragon Dance, or not Dragon Dance, hit him with a Swords Dance. And crunch, that crit didn't matter. I'm gonna leave a calc at the bottom of the screen. I calced it later. That yeah, you'll see it. It didn't really matter at the time. And hit this thing with an Aqua Jet, and that seals the game in my favor. And so it was a real quick game. I'm sure my pauses didn't make it seem so. I apologize, but I definitely wanted to talk about my thought process when going through this. I hope you guys enjoyed. Look out for more content. We just got back from New York from Vanguard Regionals, and so the next podcast is going to be going through that and the heartbreak that was. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, like my videos. It definitely helps me out. And until later, guys. Peace.